Hey guys. So going on with my series about pulling your room together and that kind of thing, my next thoughts are on destashing. I have done in the past lots of destashing. Sometimes just because I thought, oh, I am never going to use this again in a million years. It's ugly, it's so out of date, whatever. And then the other thing, it's more primarily out of need instead of want, is okay, I've got this much space and I got this much stuff. I'm gonna have to reorg, pull some stuff out so I can get all these things that I really want into that space. So those are the two reasons I can think of that anybody would destash their craft room. The one thing I've learned from destashing is that sometimes my rush to get the job done, I tend to get rid of things that maybe a couple of months down the road I'm like, dang. And last time I did a really big destash, my girlfriend ended up with a lot of the stuff. Hi Laurel. And it's amazing how now I'm like, oh my gosh, I just wish that I still had that. And I remember that I have it because she's using it. So my suggestion to you is if you have the room. Now if you don't, destashing is something you've got to do, and so it's a necessity. So you get it done. But if you have the room, which 9 times out of 10 I don't, box it up. Put it out. Put it somewhere where, you know, it's going to be safe but out of the way. And if in 6 months you decided that you didn't even think about it, then it's time to just take that box and give it to Goodwill or bag it up and sell it, you know, whatever it is that you're going to do. So that's you know, real quick thoughts on destashing. I am going to be doing some I don't know if I'm actually destashing. I get so many deals and stuff from garage sales and thrift stores, and I'm getting to being, I'm blowing out at the seams here. So I'm going to be doing some destashing stuff. I'm not getting rid of everything I have, but like I might have 50 yards of some lace. Well, it's going to be a long time before I get through 50 yards of that lace. So I'm going to sell off some yardage. So that's a little different than destashing, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what you would call that. Anyway, I'm slimming down. There you go. I'm not getting rid of, I'm just slimming down. My New Year's resolution. So utilizing my stash again, but in a different way. But so look for those. I will do little videos on those. Anyway, I wanted to show you another little section in my room, how I organize stuff on this video as well. So I'm just going to flip you guys around a little bit and drop the camera. So I want to make sure. Oh, I'm flipping it the wrong way. Everything's backwards on this thing. Okay. Let me drop down just a little bit. Okay. Now this is on my left-hand side. And let's see. I want to go this way. Sorry, guys. I'm going to start off here. Okay. So I have, I just found this at a little thrift store, and it's just 3 compartments. And I think you're supposed to use it standing up. I'm not really sure what it was, but it works great for me. I keep one of my little cleaners here. I've got, I don't have a ton of inks. This is it. This is what I have for inks. Besides my Tim Holtz stuff. And then I have a few pens that oh, what do you call those? Marvy pens that you can draw onto your stamps. I have a few of those, and of course any of the brush markers can do it. So, but I tend to like these are the StazOn ones. I tend to like the ones that I can, you know, work over with any mediums that I want, and I know that they're not going to go away. And I have a white one. I have the Hero Arts Unicorn. I think that's what it's called. This is something I picked up at Tuesday morning. It's 7 Gypsies, I think. It says Top Secret, Observation, and Confidential, and they're self-inking. So, kind of fun. Just a little something, something there. I have the VersaFlame Back Onyx. I have Tuxedo Black and Espresso Truffle in the Memento. And I also want to get one of the things that I find to be very helpful is like a very light gray. When I'm doing my Copics, if I have a very light gray, that gray line kind of disappears. Instead of having a black outlined image, if you want it to disappear, the light gray works. I have some Versamark, excuse me. I have StazOn Black and StazOn Dove Gray. And then this one is my archival. So that's pretty much my inks. I used to have a lot of Stampin' Up! Inks, and it was beautiful colors, but I just don't use them enough to take up the space. My most used blocks and my sprays, I do a lot of them homemade, and because I've got a lot of the Pearl X and things like that, so I kind of tend to make my own. I do have some of the teardrops in the Brilliance pigment inks. It's gold and silver and bronze and copper, I think, are the four. They're down in there as well. And my coffee, and I've got a little bit of Pearl X in there, so that makes that pretty. So this is my stamp cleaning station area kind of right here. Anyway, I organize into stations. So this is my inks and all my cleaners and, you know, my stamping pieces, and this one I love, the sepia. I got a big one of those. So this is kind of, and I have the rest of my blocks down under here. So that's kind of the way I work. Is I get everything in a station, and I try and keep everything I own in that station. So this works really well for me. Next, this is all little pieces and parts of chipboard. There's a big large tag in there, but mostly this is all cut pieces of cereal box, chipboard, or whatever. Then my stamping, my ink, here's my stamps. Now, on my stamps, I have 3 boxes of these. Now, I started putting them in the Avery L envelopes and things, but I find that it really doesn't matter to me if they're all different sizes and shapes and all of that kind of stuff. I have 3 different boxes. These are what I would call my journal stamps. These are stamps that I would look at and say, oh my gosh, so stinking cool for putting in journals. Not to say that they couldn't be used on cards or anything else, but these are the ones that I specifically purchased or think of as journal. Then I have a box of ones that are specifically cards. 2 little girls chatting at a table, or, you know, I mean, things that you would typically think of as being a card stamp set that would make cards. So I've got a box of those, and then I have a box of, it's celebration and verbiage, and it's kind of all of those, you know, if they say happy birthday, or if it's a thinking of you, or sympathy type things. So then they're all in there. So when I'm working on cards, I will take this box out of here, and I will put the box of the stamps that I think of mostly when I'm wanting to do cards, and put it in. So my station around my desk has got the most appropriate items at my fingertips. And then it's easy to just pull that out and put this back in when I'm working on my journals again. And that way I can just flip through this very quickly. This box right here is things that I have gotten and haven't used yet, or haven't figured out where I'm going to put them. Like I just got a bunch of these and I just love them. And like I might get a couple of these into the destash kits that I'm doing. But you see, I got quite a few of them. And and they're all the same. Unfortunately, I thought I would have been even cooler if they weren't. But I just came across them at, I think it was a Goodwill. I don't know what they were used for. Not sure what the holes are for there, but super cool and very vintagey, really cool flowers, all that kind of stuff. So these are things that I've just picked up, gotten from different locations, and I just have to figure out where I'm going to put them or what I'm going to do. And usually that means I've got to move something out in order to put something in, because I do have a pretty limited space here. I'm going to tilt you down even farther now. I have to make sure I'm not going to run out of battery. Okay. Down. There we go. Okay. So, I have my little, whatever you call this thing. My girlfriend got me this. Get it out of the way so you can see what's back here. Mainly, my biggest focus is always on my journals. So I have all of my papers over here. I've got 11 by 17, 8.5 by 14. I've got a white and a cream color in that. I've got, this is a really pretty stationery paper. I got it for $1 at one of the thrift stores, and it is just a beautiful, thick, very natural looking. So I got lots of items like that down there. Some colored cardstock, paper, copy paper. This is I had started buying this stuff for stamp storage. And they're wonderful, but they are very limiting. So I have some. I use them for some Unity stamps that I have, and some big Christmas stamps and things like that I have. This is packaging out of papers, out of boxes that you get. I got a bunch from Christmas, so I folded them up and stick them up in here. And I utilize them. So that's all paper for my journals. This is all my colored 8.5 by 11 cardstock. There we go. So you can see all of that. This is my Nina Solar White for my Copic markers. But everything else here is just fair game for all of my journals and things that I do. Cards, you know, 8.5 by 11 is a staple. It's just a staple. Here I have all my glues. Regular glue all to glue and seal to my Scotch Quick Dry, all of that. This is all kinds of extra stuff. A PVA glue, gesso. I've got clear and white. And then here is my stickles, my nail polishes, things like that. So, and this section here is all different kinds of, like, I've got this picture here of this gentleman. I don't know who it is, but I like the picture, and when I do something that's very vintagey and stuff, I can use him. So I get books and I cut them out and I stick all of my little pictures either in here, or I've got a box down here that I have them organized in. And then, you know, just wax paper and things like that. So this is another little section here that I have organized. And I'll show you one more section. Excuse me, let me flip this up just a smidge again. And I'm going to move you to right here. There we go. Okay, so on the top here, these are just some things that I have pulled out that I just really need to use. I get this old film strip stuff. I don't think I've really ever used this, and I need to. I bought it back in 2013 and still have yet to use it. And then these little pieces of Tim Holtz, I need to use these. So I put them out here to remind me to use them. This is all of my scrap paper. I cut them into card size, or I leave them longer of things that I think I might use in books. I have a plastic stand here, and I have a lot of my, hold it up here, stencils and things like that in here. This is a big rub-on sheet, the Tim Holtz stickers, just some ephemera stuff back here, but it's the really tall things. And I have that back there. Again, if I don't see it, I don't use it. This is the three that I keepers, corner chompers, and then a few of the little hand ones. My little Xyron. This is my my little steam iron, and of course my glue gun and my pad, and my glue sticks are in there. And then down below, one more time, I'm gonna adjust you here. Down below, this is like the most fun box in the place. I have things that I have found that are very different kind of things for working into my books. Like this is a calendar that's Monday through Sunday, and the pages rip out. So I have that I can put in my journals. I have different calendar pages. I have all kinds of different parchment papers, and I have vellum, painted vellum papers. I've got game time books and zipper covers and old calendars, special effects papers. This is really shimmery, but it's just copy paper, so it's very thin, and it's stuff that I can be used. I've got some different papers that have designs on them that, you know, store-bought kind of stuff. I've got beautiful envelopes that are very vintagey. So maps, just all kinds of things. I've got some patterns in here. I've got lined papers that go both directions. I've got some old journals that I can take apart that have really cool insides. So this is my fun book. This is where I take a few things from this for every journal and kind of put those elements into my journals. But this is another section of my room, and again, it's like my paper and stamp department, and I have just one place to go for it. And it's all right at my fingertips. I will show you later on the outskirts of my room. I'm doing every piece and part, but I just wanted to kind of bring you into my craft room and have a little chit chat with you and that kind of thing. So I hope you're getting something out of this. I really enjoyed doing it. So I keep thinking, okay, what's next? What's next? What am I doing next? So I'm trying to think about when I pull things together, and when I'm all done with this, I'm going to do a journal the way I do it, where I'll start with one piece of paper and I pull the journal together with that one piece of paper. So it'll kind of be that beginning process. And I have a gal, Anne, who has requested that I kind of hit on some of those things. So that will be coming. That will probably be my March theme, is you know, my process from start to finish, why I pull the things I pull and that kind of stuff. But anyway, I'll show you another section of my room on the next video, and talk about some more organizational thoughts and things like that. So I hope you're enjoying it. Give me a thumbs up if you're liking this. Comment below if there's anything that you would like to maybe have me show you a little bit more of, or explain a little bit better. Because sometimes when I'm blabbing, I get off onto a tangent and I just lose everything. So it was wonderful talking to you guys, and I will see you later. Bye. Oh my gosh, I can't find the button. There it is.